It's me Pavitran here. We're gonna discuss about the weekly analysis and what's my forecast for the coming week. Let's discuss about the past week and what is the performance and what are the levels which I given and how price reacted to these levels. I said to be bullish only above close of a day candle above 32. A close above 32 in a day candle is pretty much confirms that a bull ride is still intact, and if it closes above $32 range, then it has a chance to hit 34, 36, 38, and 40. That was the resistance levels which I have mentioned. On Monday itself it crossed 32, it crossed, and it hit 33, and then closed somewhere around mm, yeah, it closed somewhere around 32 32 30 or 32 40. That was the range it closed, though on Monday itself bull ride is on. On the next day, just as usual, a retracement happened. Then market was stuck in the range bound. After that, on Wednesday, it broke out the range bound and it rallied up. Then inventory data came. It came as positive. That was very surprise to me. And as you can see, the next day again it got stuck in the range bound. Again, that range bound got broken by this candle at 9:30 early in the morning, somewhere around 21st of May. After that, it broke $34 levels, and in the just was trying to go further up, but it was trying. I can see the rejections on these candles. That clearly indicates that higher levels are not being sustaining. So whenever the price goes above, immediately sellers are coming and try to push the market. And you can see on the third attempt too, you can find a huge rejection from the top side, somewhere around 3460 regions. So that is the region you should be following up, that will act as a resistance for time being. So what are the levels and why this fall has came? This fall is mainly because of the demand, which is slowly starting to curb, and then enthusiasm of the investors, and mainly because of the trade war situation which is being escalated from months and months on between US and China. So even if as I said, even if all the airlines are being operated, the demand won't start to increase. That is the main reason. So you can expect always a pullback rally. And what had happened on Friday is that I can't able to exactly come to a conclusion, but this is the main reason for this fall, because lots of factors are in it. Only thing I heard is that China has not forecasted the demand for 2021. That is one of the main reasons, along with US trade escalations. That is the main two reasons I can come to a conclusion right now, that might have triggered this fall. And what had happened after that? See, after a big fall, market got stuck in the range bound. After getting stuck in the range bound, it just broke off at 5 o'clock at 22, and see, it rallied to the next level of 33, and from there rejection started. Then he took support, it just went all the way till back to his original places from where the fall has actually originated. So what is that indicates is that of this low for fall to continue. I even said on a Friday candle, the Friday, I even said clearly that to fall further, it has to break this low, because a huge buying has happened at this place. So whenever the market tries to come in this region, maybe around 30.80, this region, so you can find a sudden rejection in these levels. That will happen even if on Monday a sudden big candle comes up, and then if price tries to go below this, it will find this region will be most challenging to close below this, because like I said, you can see in this region exact spot, the origin of this retracement rally has started. From here, the buyer pushed all the way till nearly 3350. So you can just mark this region. So 30.80 level. So whenever price tries to come near this level, surely there will be a good bounce in this. You can just note it the level, and in future it will surely help you when price comes to that level. What are the levels we should be watching very carefully is that again a $34 level. So a price has not closed above 34. It gave only wick somewhere around 34.60. So a close above $34 on a day candle is needed for rally to continue till 40. And what are the support which crude can take on one hour, whatever the falls it can come? What are the major levels of support? You can just look into it. So now the major levels is around $31, 31 to 30.3, 30.80. This is the level you should be focusing on, because that was a week which it got took support multiple times. So you can see here on 19th it took support here, again at 19th it took support here, again it took support at somewhere around 20th, then again it price came here, then huge buying order happened somewhere around 22nd. So this will act as a quite strong support for time being. Once close below that, either on 4 hour candle or an hourly candle will start to give momentum towards the downside. On upside, an 4 hour candle close above 3460 will start to go, or even a day candle close above 3460 will start to give rise to the momentum towards the upside. On upside target, what you should be looking out for, major one is 38 and the psychological one is 40. Breaking 40 is right now it's not possible for market to do without any support from the government, or the lockdown, or the COVID-19 which is spreading all over the world, to world to come back to normal. And without coming back to normal, you can't expect the price to crash or break $40 levels. So that is what I'm hoping for. And volume is also not being supported. That is the main reason which I am stating clearly that this fall is temporary, this rise is temporary. A huge fall is awaiting for me. Even before closing of the contract, a sudden fall has happened. Maybe around 20, or I can't able to remember, but suddenly a fall has started. I don't know what. I even asked some of the YouTube one of the member said that he was expecting negative price. I was not expecting negative price, but I was expecting a small correction to this rally. Maybe this is not the correction I was expecting it, but a sudden retracement also happened. I did not expect even that. So on okay, just give me a minute. We'll check on weekly too. I hope that helps. Okay, on a weekly basis, crude is strong. Still, it's strong after this huge fall. Crude is still strong because it retraced to its original back rate. So, on weekly basis, crude is still strong. For crude to go further up, it has to break 3460. You can, as I said before, a 4 hour candle close above 3460, or a day candle close above 3460. What's the next target for that? See, 38 is on the cards. If failed, then what are the levels you should be watching out for? Is, as I say, 31 is the must level that you should be watching out for, because that will act as an support for time being. And what is the next level is that 30. That will act as a psychological level. If it breaks successfully 30, then 28.5. So what is the major range you should have in mind is that 30 and 38, or close above 34.6, you should be having in mind. If it fails to close 34.60, then you should be focusing on 28.5, because that level is it's very soon achievable. Once that level gets broken of 28.5, that level gets broken, then 25 and 20 is on the cards for me. I was expecting, I'm expecting again 10. I don't know when that's gonna come, but I want this 10 to be retraced again. So let's see how this goes on. On upper side, just be focused on somewhere around from 38 to 40. That won't come until 34.60 gets closed. On downside, you should be focusing on 28.5, 30, 28.5, and 25 should be on the cards for you. So just be playing with these levels and don't get into a position without hedging. I'm requesting you, if you want to take an open position, just go with hedging or just fix a stop loss. Don't do hope trading, because right now on a weekly basis crude oil is still bullish. Even that fall which had came has not sustained. There was no follow through for that, as you can check in the day candle. See, the follow through has not came. Price came down all the way till 30.50, maybe around 30.6070 levels, and it price retraced again to nearly 33. Nearly $2 retracement has happened. So what it clearly suggests that bulls will not let this position to go so easily. So for a fall to continue, strong fall to continue, a strong fall to come, a close strongly below 30.70 level is must, because this is the level where it will try to take support. 31 to 30.80, this will act as a support. This will even act as a major support for time being. If a strong close below this comes, then 30, 28.5, 25 and 20 will be on the cards, and a strong close above maybe around 21st May candle high 34.60, then you can expect 36, 38 and 40. Breaching 40 is right difficult in this situation. As I said before, once everything gets normalized, once all things falls back into a right space, that is the time I will be satisfied to go long above 40. Till then, every rise is falling opportunity for me. I will be a seller only. So, okay, at what situation I will be a buyer on a weekly basis? Close above 34.60 on a 4 hour or a day candle only, I will be a buyer. Even if I being buyer, I will try to lock in my profits. I don't want to give my all my profits away to this big candle or some news regarding trade war, or a tweet from Trump will take away my profits. I don't want to risk that my position. Even if someone is wanting to take a position, it's better you can take an hedge, and it will be more helpful, so then you'll be having a peaceful night. That's it from me, and I hope that my levels are clear, and these are the level you should be watching out for. A strong close below 3080 and strong close above 3460 will decide the trend for the coming week. Till then, maybe it can get stuck in the range bound, or once it breaks off any of this level, then boom, you can expect the above or the below ranges. So play with the levels, watch very carefully. On daily levels, you should be focusing on the temporary support and resistance it's taking. That will help on a daily basis, but on a weekly basis you should be having a bigger picture. So you should be focusing on 31 to 34.5. This is the range you should be focusing on. Till then, don't take any trades. Either wait for a breakout and close, or break above and close, and then get into a position on a weekly basis. Thank you. Trade safely.